Don't blink, it's your buying. With some heavy rain going on, visiting walks are having a wonderful day on this gorgeous, and I do mean gorgeous, 27th September 2025. We are officially done with the marathon, um, which is not true. It's not true at all. We finished with The Good Place, we finished with Resident Evil. No, I'm sorry. I just got a message from a friend and it's complex. We're gonna just finish The Good Place. We just finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We just finished Prison Break. We still have Resident Evil as a marathon, but it's just more on the gaming channel, so forget about it, right? Now, because of that, because it's also the 27th of October, so it's a whole story, but I'll do a very quick recap. So, I own a game called Atelier Risa. Atelier Risa is a nice trilogy. It's a super cool game where you got Atelier, you gotta make some stuff. Making some stuff, you get some skills, and then they make you stronger in battles. That is basically what is happening, what is going on. So, with this, why is it such a good game? Is because, and then again, we have to go back further in time. When about a month ago, I said I wanted to do more marathon. So we have a bunch of games, and I feel bad because I am playing this game, and I'm like, okay, well, this is not really great. So I play another game, and then I never come back to the second part of that game. By doing marathon, I'm going to be physically prepping myself to play games that I might not like, but the future might be good. For example, they announced the Mega Man Legacy. I grew up with that shit. I never got to play the third one, and I'm going to be able to play it, so I'm excited. Oh, you're too hot. No, dude, I need you because it's a nice weather. So, long story short, I want to do marathon. So the first marathon that I wanted to do was actually Reset because it's a game that I didn't play, and it's gonna be really nice. But then I didn't have the third game, so we started playing Resident Evil, right? And because I had Resident Evil, I was like, okay, well, you would have taken 3 weeks to play Atelier Ryza, but because you don't have the third game, you can do a marathon, and you'll wait until you get it, right? So they start your marathon for the month of October, Spooktober, which is Resident Evil. So, marathon is not going to be finished, but it's basically, oh, wait, give me a second. There you go. Perfect. I forgot to close the lights of the apartment. Saving energy, one day at a time. So why is that so cool? Because the Resident Evil starting is, it's kind of starting the Spooktober really quickly. And I'm excited because we're really gonna go in. Now, there is something that comes with that, right? And something that comes with that is I realized that the first game, which is Resident Evil 0, was too hard for me, so I put in an easy mode. The reason I said that is because I'm gonna spend 2 months playing those games, right? Why 2 months? Well, we have the books, we have the movies. I'm gonna use the books as an excuse to do some voice acting or try voice acting for the first time. And it's complex. It's really complex because how am I supposed to say this? I had a fight with a friend right now, and I'm thinking about that also. It's the movies, the book, it'd be a lot, right? And this is Spooktober, so with only Resident Evil, I got more than a month of content, right? But then I have to be honest, is Resident Evil my favorite horror thing? I gotta be honest, I don't know because I haven't seen the movies, I haven't read the book. Right now, I could easily say my favorite horror, and we're going way back. This is kind of an intro to Spooktober 2025. This is my intro. This is an important video that I'm fucking up. Fuck. My favorite series is probably Walking Dead. Walking Dead has been phenomenal for me because it came out when I was in end of high school, 2011, right? And I'm going to the apartment. In the apartment, there's nothing to do, so I listen to podcasts, which is describing Walking Dead because I cannot watch Walking Dead because I'm broke. So I'm watching podcasts instead that recap The Walking Dead. So this is how bad it is, right? And then I was so in love with the show because basically as a kid, I'm very afraid of scary stuff. I'm very, very, very afraid. I think the first horror movie that I watched, which I swear, this is a crazy story. This is my intro to Spooktober. There's one bit that's repeated stuff you're gonna know already, But fuck it. So, um, back in the days, I'm in the apartment and I'm very broke. I work at a job, but it's part time, right? So every time that I work, I pick up a DVD, one DVD from the DVD baskets, and they're $5 a DVD. And I picked up Curse of Chucky. And why is that important? I said it twice, right? Because I have never watched a horror movie, and I'm looking at the DVD, and I'm like, are you stupid? Why did you buy that? You're not gonna watch it. So, with Curse of Chucky, I end up having a lot of fun, a lot of laugh. And then Curse of Chucky, I end up watching Child Play, which is amazing. I become obsessed with Child Play. I become obsessed with the Curse of Chucky, the Seed of Chucky, and the Bride of Chucky. But more so the Curse. The Curse was my favorite movie of all of them. No, that's not true. My favorite movie is Child Play number 2. Which is the funniest. Yeah. So we started watching Child Play, right? But this is after Walking Dead. Walking Dead, we watched a couple of seasons and then we gave up. Now here's the craziest part. Back in that day, right? I watched Curse of Chucky and I'm like, you know what? Let's restart Walking Dead. I'm still broke. Now there's something that happened which is amazing. The rule of YouTube changed. They're much more strict about they're much stricter about the copyright strike, the copyright infringement. So you don't get to see the series anymore. So I'm like, okay, well, what can I watch? And then I discovered PDF. Back in the days, I have 2 jobs. I have a Dollarama job, which is 4 hours. In the morning, I have a second job, which is at 8. It's at 2 o'clock. It's 8 hours. So I work from 3 to 11. I go to bed. I wake up at 6 o'clock to go to work at 7 o'clock. I come back and I'm just sleeping in the bus and I'm sleeping between jobs. Now here's the cool part with this one. I discover PDF and I read The Walking Dead. Now I'm a dumbass. Why? Because I download this stuff on a Friday. I still remember like yesterday. And I read The Walking Dead, and this is the craziest thing, because this is my first moment of this is my very first moment of whatchamacallit, of a horror, right? Because Chucky is not horror. I thought it was horror, but it wasn't. So I'm reading it because it's a Friday and I'm bored. And this is the classic thing where you read the book, you watch a movie that's scary, and you're in a position where you're like, holy shit, I don't know how I'm gonna sleep. And you don't sleep. So what you do is you're bored, so you keep reading, which is insane. I did sleep for one day, and we read at that time The Walking Dead, where it was just before Alexandria. It was just before. It was at the end of the prison. Yeah. I remember seeing Urshel, the head cut off. Yeah. Scary things, bro. Scary things. What am I saying? I don't even know. So we start looking for Walking Dead, and then again with the podcast and shit like that, right? And then we fast forward because The Walking Dead became something that I love. It became something that I really enjoyed. I was reading the PDF every single year, which is great. I was watching the movie. Ends up, and this is a crazy story. I end up in the pandemic. In the pandemic, I'm getting more money from the government than I'm making at work, and I got less bills because I'm not going out. So I buy Wi-Fi, which means that I get to watch YouTube. And at work, I love my place. I love the place that I work, but it's also a lot of Romanian. They speak Romanian. If they want to speak French with me, they speak French. They speak English. If we're talking to 2 of us, or the 3 of us, or the 4 of us, it's French. But between them, it's Romanian, and I don't want to interrupt, right? So we started listening to a lot of audiobook. And on YouTube, there's a lot of audiobook, right? There's 28 seconds later, there's 28 days later, there's 2 weeks after, there's a Survivor, there's a ton of books. We even read the novel of Walking Dead. And then I fall upon this video, and it's Adrian Ring. Now, Adrian Ring, I fell completely in love. Why? Well, because you have Adrian Ring, this is how insane it is. I'm going to show you something, and if I wasn't going to show you, you would not believe it. So on YouTube, you can find all of the Adrian Rings, right? However, we have a very special file. We have a very, very special file. No, it's not in videos. It's in the, I don't know if it's a audio. Adrian ring. Where is it? Give me a sec. So what we did is we watched all of the books, and oh my god, we sped it up. We recorded it, so we have all the books at 1.5 times the speed, and all of the book at 1.5 times the speed is I don't remember what it is. I'm doomed. About myself to you. No, I don't have it. Okay, now I'm freaking out. Now I'm really freaking out. Give me a sec. I'll restart the video. Now I'm freaking out for reals. Because that video, if it doesn't exist, I'm gonna have to redo it, and I don't want to do it.